Okay, hello, we're doing something different, but also the same, because when we first did my first video on how to basically set your watch, I was answering the questions of a friend of mine named Cap, who was basically someone who used to tease me about watches and now has been drawn into the evil dark hole that is watches. His next question was, how do I change a strap? And I said, you know what, I'm going to make you work for this. So now we have, on screen, we have Cap on the left with the beard. We have Leonard on the right, or my right anyway, with the cap. Okay, Cap Maceda Aguila is a journalist. He's a writer. He has a radio show which talks about things we don't really know about, like cars. Leonard is a businessman who has taken his passion and become an entrepreneur with it. He is an authorized distributor for straps and accessories. The ones we like in particular are the Erica's Original straps, and he is one who did the collaboration with the Bronze Turtle with Erica's Originals and so on. He produces the CLVR straps like this one and so on. So today we are going to, we're going to try and teach Cap, the poor young soul, about how to change straps. And just to be clear, because we think he's going to do a lot of damage, he's using my watch. Okay, so Cap, welcome. Leonard, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Hi, Cap. First time meeting you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Leonard. Yeah. Really an honor. But I'm so happy. Thank you for doing this. And Carl and a couple of other friends have drawn me into the, as he called it, a black hole. I've been sucked into the black hole of horology. And even my wife, while we're at it, even my wife, who was, was like suspicious at first, like, what? Why are you suddenly into watches? And now she got her first watch as well. And I think there's no stopping, or there's no turning back from here. So
wait, she got it, or you got it for her?
No, she got it. She got it. It's all hers.
Oh, but I
made her promise to let me borrow it from time to time.
Points against Cap. Okay, he has slid down the ladder. Okay, so we have sent over to Cap different types of straps. We have sent the base is we're using as an example my Seiko, and then we also have his.
Let me show that for you here.
There you go.
Here's what Carl sent me. Yeah.
Okay, that's what he will be using.
Scratch later.
Go ahead. I know where you live.
Okay, I'll do a show and tell while you're saying.
Quiet all of a sudden. Okay, and then he's gonna show his samurai, and he's gonna show his Street Fighter, and we will be putting different straps. Which one is that? That's the Street Fighter, and then a nice little samurai, and Cap has on order another samurai. Ha ha ha. We are sponsored here by Erica's Original Straps. She's the one who was giving Cap the strap to strap on. Haha. Cap, trying to say that without a. Okay, there. Okay, so Leonard will show us what to do. And the first thing we're going to do, which this came up, and it makes complete sense. So I didn't think about it, so it's my fault. We had to teach Cap how to use a ruler, because when I asked, Leonard said, "Okay, what size strap?"
Excuse me, I was using a tape measure. It was a Stanley tape measure, and it's like construction grade stuff. So I had that before he even asked me to.
Buying it doesn't mean he knows how to use it. Okay, because what happened? Oh no, but okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna connect my camera. Okay, and this is what happened. And here's a point that it does make sense. One thing about when you, okay, here, these are the lugs in between here, and we're doing this because people don't actually know as much as we do sometimes about this. When you want to measure a strap, you have to measure this part of it. What's in between there, that's important. Now, when we talked to Cap about this, he said, 20 or 21, or 21 or 22. And I said, dude, which one is it? It makes a big difference. So he then sent us a photo, which was like that, which is kind of completely pointless because you can't see the right side. So we had him resend a photo where we properly could measure. Okay. Now, the truth is that a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people will just walk into the Hirsch strap shop in one of the Ayala malls or let's say Hunter straps, and they'll have them do it themselves. This allows you from ordering straps, from, let's say, if, as an example, calling Leonard and saying, Leonard, I need what's your new strap, Leonard? RSM?
Yeah, RSM.
Yeah, it's an awesome new strap. And just ordering it, it simplifies things.
Yeah.
So
but Carl,
simple things like that. Yes.
let me interrupt you there. I mean, for like maybe a lot of people, well, more people out there who are not really, or maybe just getting into it, or are not too comfortable about their own skills in replacing straps. Maybe they may not be well, like me. I'm not really too comfortable with doing it my by myself. The old me would have just said, okay, I'm gonna go to this strap store and just bring my watch and then have them replace it. Because I'm so scared of I think it's a valid excuse. I'm so scared of scratching a watch, right? So that's why I really want to know if it's possible for average mortals like us to be able to do this by themselves at home without risking damaging or scratching their watch.
Okay, given that you're going to be working on my watch, you've just scared the heck out of me. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, okay, just
Say
so you're
bye-bye.
extra careful. Okay, let me explain to you the importance of that watch. Okay, and I think this is a great story. When I first started diving many years ago, that was a time when quartz watches were getting to be a big deal, and so my father gave me this watch, which is a Seiko quartz, and he gave it to me. He asked me which one I wanted. And I said quartz because it makes complete sense, right? Now, all my life since then, as I grew about learning more about watches, I had wished that I should have gotten the mechanical, just because it was mechanical. Having said that, I've had zero ever issues with that watch, so it's no big deal. But I always said that. And one day, but I could never buy a new watch, right? I would never replace it because how can I replace that story? Right? It's the watch my dad gave me when I started diving and so on. And then my best friend, when he left, and he emigrated, he sent me that mechanical watch, the same one. Okay, that's the one you have there. So to me, that's an awesome story. There's nobody in the world that could give me a watch that has that level of connection to me. I mean, it's just amazing. And those are the kind of stories we get. So Cap, if you scratch that thing, there are several people that are going to go to your house, just so you know.
But wait, hang on. Let me backtrack from a beginner standpoint. Why did you say at the beginning that of course you chose a quartz?
Okay, because at that time, quartzes were getting big. It is a new technology. Quartzes are, in all honesty, more accurate than mechanicals. The only issues they would have would be battery leakage, which you tend to negate if you get good branded batteries. They're not really problematic. They're inexpensive to maintain. So and at the time, that's the way I thought, as much of the world did, that the watch world was going to go. Okay, now prior to that, I have taken apart and destroyed my father's watches before, and clocks. So I do have a desire for. I have something to do with mechanical stuff. My father was an engineer, so he was actually anyway. Never mind. Okay, the reason when you asked me about how to change the strap, I brought in Leonard because Leonard is like the best person at doing this. I've seen him take straps off without tools, and he changes straps. He changes straps on Pateks and APs and Rolexes that are just you don't want to mess with. Okay, and he does it. When I try to do it, I try to put tape on the sides, okay, which causes its own problem. But he doesn't, and he doesn't believe in that because he feels he'll explain it. But Leonard is extremely good. He's extremely good at doing this. So he's the person to talk about it. And since we cannot do meetups, really, in a lot of ways, we cannot go somewhere and have someone do things for us. Like the watches we sent to UCAP, you UV'd them first, right? So we figured this is to be a good way to do it. Okay. And Leonard's always helpful. So, okay, let us start. Leonard can explain to you what the parts are and what you're looking at. And one of the things we're going to see is this is what the inside of the strap looks like. Okay, you see the little bars and so on. And that's what he's going to be pushing against with a tool. So, Leonard, we are handing off to you.
Actually, I have my own way of installing a strap. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the perfect one or it's the correct one. I believe each person has their own style of doing it, as long as they can install it themselves. In my case, of course, it's not really 100% perfect, but it works for me. What I noticed in the Seiko and other watches, that Seiko has this unique spring bars. So it's thicker than the most spring bars. Do you see it? So it's thicker than the most other spring bars that you see. This is the common spring bar that we encounter. That this has double flange. And what Seiko uses is no flange. The flange is the kind of like it helps with the spring bar toolkit.
Yes, what it does is that thing allows you to have a little better purchase on the spring bar itself when you are using the spring bar tool. It gives you something to more easily find a place to push, because sometimes you're kind of digging into it and you don't want to do that.
Right.
So there. One thing, by the way, there are thick spring bars and thin spring bars, and there are also curved spring bars. And the difference will be depending on the strap. Sometimes a thin one is supposedly better if you're using, let's say, a thick NATO strap. Sometimes you don't want a curved one if you're using a NATO strap.
So Leonard, you said
FYI.
that Seiko watches have thicker spring bars. Is this like across the line, like Presages and Prospects, and
No,
they all have generally bigger, or I mean thicker spring bars?
no, it varies. Like if you have a Presage, they're gonna be using a thinner one. So most dive watches, like the one you have, Samurai, SKX, Sumo, and other tunas, they mostly use this thick spring bar. You see it. Okay.
Okay.
So I sent you a tool like this.
Well,
So
that's
what's
nice.
this tool called? What's this called?
So this is a spring bar toolkit. So basically,
That's the strap code, right?
Yes, it's a strap code. So the two ends, if you notice, one is this has a shape which goes to the flanged spring bars, like this. So you can remove
Okay.
it easily. And so the other end is for the watches which has the lug holes. So like this turtle, it has a lug hole, so you can easily remove it
Can you try making it closer to the phone so we can see a little better?
like this.
Yeah, there. Show the flange.
Okay.
Show the one with the flange. There, it's better. Okay, there, and then that's the flange tool. It's got like a U, right? Basically, it's like a red little wrench.
So again, the part of the tool with like a U shape or a notch in it in the middle is for
Yeah, the spring bars with the flange, double flange.
okay.
Or even the single flange, even the regular one, right? You still use the same thing or no?
Oh yeah, you use the same thing as
Yeah.
long as there's a flange there somewhere.
Yeah. So basically, if there's no hole in the side cap, you use that tool, right, Leonard?
Right. And if
Okay.
you have a lug hole, you use the other end,
Which is basically
other
just a
end.
pusher.
the pin type. Yeah, the pusher.
The,
Yeah.
the flat end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Now, it's interesting that some people like the hole because to them it feels like there's less chance of scratching, but other people don't like the hole because if there's a scratch, it's on the outside. Whereas the flange, the other spring bar, if there's a hole, if there's a scratch, at least the scratch is on the inside of the lug. So everyone has their own opinion.
Well, what's your opinion, Carl? What do you think? What should people work on if they're like
Well, it comes down to the
a
strap.
beginner?
It comes down to it doesn't matter. It depends on the watch itself. If the watch has a hole, that's how you got to do it. Although sometimes you can
Yeah,
actually,
But if someone has both kinds of watches, or I mean for the straps, should they work on the one with the hole first? Or
no, either one. You
work on the inside.
Personally, I appreciate the fact that there's a hole on the lug. I find that simpler for me.
Okay.
It's-
But here's a question for you guys: are there more watches with the holes on the side, or those that you have to like tinker and like inside of the lug? Generally speaking.
actually it varies. In the first place, the if you notice all strap toolkits have double-sided ends, so it goes for any watch. Like it's a universal strap toolkit because some use with the lug holes, some don't. So you have one tool to remove both.
Yeah, Panerais have holes. Some of them. Seikos do. Different ones.
Yeah,
different
even
brands do.
Seiko, like Grand Seiko, some of the models they don't use lug hole.
Yeah.
Some of them has. So it really varies. I don't know what's the reason behind them deciding on to put lug holes or not. So I don't know.
So it's not a brand thing, or it's not a
No,
price point thing. So you can have very expensive watches with holes.
right
Yep.
Okay.
there. So should we start changing track? So Cap, if you notice, your Samurai. Should we go with your Samurai or SKX first?
Let's do the SKX.
Okay.
Let's use my watch with the orange strap.
I'm scared. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now we don't have Cap's watch cam running because for some reason he's just
I know it just
A
died on
Luddite.
me, so
so. Okay.
I'm sure Leonard's watch camera is more important at this time than mine.
Oh yes, Lender's far more important than you are. Okay. So we're just teasing Cap. We love him. Well, okay. We have to say that. We know his wife. Okay. Actually, we should get your wife here because you're just not doing very well. Okay. Okay. So Leonard, go.
Okay, go.
So I'll just install my NATO strap because yours is on the NATO strap, right? For the SKS that you have. The one.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
So here's the SKX with the NATO strap. So the first step is to remove the NATO strap. You just remove it first.
Okay. Ta-da! Got it
Well,
out.
that was quick.
All right.
Ooh. Finished before Leonard. That's a what strap is that? Leonard? What
SPX
strap do we
have
have on?
no hole, so we have to use the one with the edges.
Okay, because it doesn't have a hole.
Yeah, that side of the spring bar toolkit.
Okay.
And to find that flange there.
Do I have to go to the very like end of it, and that's where I pick at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does your spring bar have the flange?
Can you show me the flange?
This part right here, right at the
Okay.
very end.
It's like a notch.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be catching.
Okay.
Okay.
You see this? If you don't have the flange, then you just
Oh, that's why.
push it.
Right.
Okay, there.
Oh, sorry. What do I do?
If you don't have the flange, like this doesn't have a protrusion, so you just kind of push down.
Oh, just push down.
Yeah, right, Leonard? Correct?
Actually, usually if you have no lug holes, they should use the flange type.
Okay.
Because it's really
So
hard.
right now, this is an example. He would just press against this part or this part. You know what? Let's go find out. I gotta find my tool. Hold on.
I think you
Okay.
should use a tool. No, because
Oh, okay.
what type of spring bar do you have? You show me.
I'll show it. Okay. Can you show me where the flange is?
No, because I'm
Okay.
using different type of spring bar for this one.
Is this different? This car is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's the thick spring bars that Seiko uses. So if you can just
Okay.
you can try to insert the edges of the spring bar toolkit, try to unlock it.
I'll just push.
Actually, yeah, push it.
This is not working for me. I don't know if I'm too afraid of Carl or it's really just not cooperating.
No, because Carl did you change any spring bars of your SKX before? No, it's the original one.
Hold on. Sorry, I turned myself off. I think so. It shouldn't be a problem. Let me see. Let me try and do mine. Here, we just do that. Well, we can't see your watch, Cap. That's the problem because you're such a goofball.
Here. Yeah, there.
Okay, Leonard,
So,
can you see it? Can you see what his
it's
on
still
is?
there, man.
This might have been some really thick spring bars I put on at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of thick.
Yeah, but the problem with this one, if you don't with this kind of spring bars with no flange, you have to have the lug hole. That's the purpose, so you can remove it easily.
Oh,
Okay, but we don't have the lug hole.
so Carl
Okay,
gave me the most difficult watch to
Yeah.
replace. Mm-hmm.
What the
that?
heck?
You want to use your samurai instead?
There. Okay. You just kind of gotta. To me, you just kind of gotta get it in there like that. It's now. I now was able to undo it. Okay, so I just you kind of just gotta get that deeper into there. Okay.
Can you show me that? Can you show me that process again, Carl? How you got into it? Is that a? I think that spring bar is actually thinner than this one.
It might. I don't know.
Okay, show me. Okay, that's a good view. Okay,
So there. Basically, I'm putting it in there.
and then pull.
There. So you
Pull
see.
down.
You see that. You see where? Do you see visually what's happening? There's a part inside that's moving.
Yeah.
See it? There.
And then until it snaps out. Okay, let me try that.
Because what you're looking at is okay. Where did the spring bar go?
Oh, I think I know the problem. At least what I can gather from this is that the tool is probably small for the size of the spring bar. Is that right? Because I can't get any grip into it, like between the notches. I mean, inside the notch, I can't get the spring bar to catch.
Okay, this does
I
not
can't
have
push it
any
down.
flanges. Okay, and if you see it, what's happening is this, right? You're catching it that way.
Right.
Okay.
But, Crap has a point. The spring bar tool kit that he has is smaller, thinner than yours. So yours is
See, Carl.
yours is
Thanks
wide.
for being the voice of reason, Leonard.
Well, see, because I'm used to people who know what we're talking about. So you know,
You sent me the watch, man.
I know. I guess I just really overestimated your ability. Okay.
Samurai instead.
Okay. So let's use it on his watch. Ha 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 ha.
I can use a hammer or something.
I can use a weapon too. Okay. Okay. So what do we do now?
Can we just work on this one?
Yep.
At least, I mean, I want to start with something easier.
So if you notice, the Street Fighter that you have has a lug hole,
Okay.
so it's easier to remove it.
So I use the other tool, right? The other.
Other
Again?
two, yeah,
Okay.
with type, you just insert it to unlock one side.
Okay.
to hold the spring bar.
Mm-hmm. Just push it all the way in.
Push it all the way in.
Doesn't matter which side. Oh, there. Got
It
it.
doesn't matter which side.
Got it off.
See that? That's actually very simple.
Woohoo. Yeah, there you go. Here.
Okay, now enjoy. You throw your watch up in the air.
And then on the other side, do the same thing.
Yep. Ta-da!
There you go.
Okay. So the first strap that we're gonna install is the Uncle Seiko. You have it with you. Looks
Okay.
like that one,
This one?
right?
Okay.
So if you
Oh,
notice,
that's a nice textured strap. Huh? That's nice.
it's a chocolate bar from Uncle Seiko. I think he revived it also from I think the Apocalypse or T2 Mask before. I'm really not sure what specific model, but it was inspired by it.
Okay, so that's Uncle Seiko,
Uncle
who's
Seiko.
basically a guy in the U.S. that just kind of got really into this.
Right. He was the first guy who revived these straps because he loves vintage watches, vintage Seiko. So, and he really loves vintage straps that each Seiko has.
Okay.
Each vintage Seiko has, and of course, over time gets old, gets stiff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then he thought of reviving these straps using modern materials, quality modern materials.
Okay, just keep talking among yourselves.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you stories about Cap right now.
In that case, be quiet, Carl.
No, Cap is a nice guy. His wife is the most patient person in the world I've ever met. She's
Yeah,
tolerant.
she interacts with you. She should be patient.
We talk about her. We talk about Cap all the time.
Okay, so I'm putting in the spring bars now in the
Right.
strap.
You have to push it. I think it's a little tight.
Okay.
You mean pushing the string bar into the rubber strap? Or no,
Yes.
it's already in the rubber strap, right?
No, it's
No,
not.
no, it's separate.
It's not. Okay. So he has to put the spring bar into the rubber strap.
Yeah.
Do the Uncle Seikos come with a spring bar or no?
Yeah, each strap has one set of spring bars included.
Okay, but it's not inside the thing. You have to install it yourself.
No, you have to install it yourself, or sometimes I just put it halfway so people.
Also, it's easy for people to do because you're you're the authorized distributor for Uncle Seiko here. So
Exclusive distributor in the Philippines.
exclusive distributor. Right.
Uncle Seiko's from USA. I met him back in 2014 at once there.
Oh, yeah.
So he showed me a nice collection of his vintage.
That's cool. So you've met him. What's his real name, or does he not show? Does he not say?
I don't know if I can pronounce it
Okay.
right, but Larry Bologna or something.
Okay.
Bologna.
So you've met Uncle Seiko. You've met Erica of Erica's Originals. You've met Mondani, Ms.
Yeah.
Mondani. We've met the
Um,
Everest guys.
Actually, when he had the chance to go to Baselworld back in 2018, I was with
Yeah.
you. So we met 3 suppliers there and 1 new one. So we met Mondani Books in person, Everest Bands, and then we met the new supplier, which is Swiss Cubic.
Oh yeah, the watch box.
We also met Erica's there for the first
Yeah.
time. Erica
Yeah.
and her husband.
Okay, they're in.
Okay.
So how do I put them in?
So just so first the long part of the strap is goes to the 6 o'clock position, longer side of the strap. So what you do is you put it on the left side first. The tip of the spring bar should fit the hole, the left side.
Okay.
For these spring bars, they both move. They both sides compress,
Yeah, both sides.
so it doesn't matter really which side you start on.
Right. So right side. I'm more comfortable on the left. It's easier.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
So what I do is I push the other end first.
Are you able, Cap? Are you able to push with your hand, or do you need the spring bar tool?
Oh, I haven't thought about that.
You can use spring bar tool if you want. Just that
Okay.
Leonard
This is
basically
just
does this all
Sorry.
by hand. Leonard's magical.
So using the spring bar tool, push the tip of the spring bar.
Okay, let me.
Make sure it doesn't touch the lug.
Yeah.
before you complete it.
I don't scratch the watch. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
You know, Leonard, we could sell branding space on the top of Cap's head.
Shh, quiet.
Big logo.
Yeah, I mean, if this is our Calibre logo, right? We could put that right on top of his head.
Yeah, sponsored by Calibre.
Yan, hindi ko tuloy makabet. Wait. Quiet, girl.
Can you show us your
Show your work.
Still, hindi naman siya ano, like it's not like it's too big for the lugs. It should be a fit, right?
Right.
Wait, let me show it because it keeps slipping out.
If it goes all the way in, then it's just you're
Sorry.
just not.
You're using
Huh?
the new SKX, right? The Guile, the Street Fighter.
Yes, this is
Sorry
Street
about
Fighter.
that. So it requires a thinner spring bar. Sorry.
Ah,
Tell you.
well, one strike for you and one strike for Carl.
So
You know, if you had measured your damn watch right, we'd be
you can
fine.
use your Samurai instead. Sorry, you can use your
Oh,
Samurai.
okay. Oh, the one. Okay. Will it work here?
Yes.
Okay,
definitely.
so what exactly was the issue? Because they had it was thinner versus thicker spring bar. That was the issue.
With the upgraded Seiko 5 Sports, which is basically the modern SKX, the newer SKX, they use the thinner spring bars instead of the usual thick ones. So that's why Uncle Seiko, by default, he uses fat spring bars. So
Which most people like, actually.
the tip will not fit the lug hole of the new SKX.
Okay, I'm gonna do this then. Okay.
Oh, you took it out already?
Yeah,
He's fast already. Good job, Cap.
and with you badgering me too, huh?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so now we'll say nice things about. Well, but you know what? Badgering him seems to make him work faster. You know what we need to do? I'm going to send you guys the testing units because I have several watch testing gadgets.
I got one already. Here you go.
Good job. So that's the Uncle Seiko on the Samurai.
Yeah, Uncle Seiko and Samurai. So Cap, are you using the tip of your finger or the spring bar toolkit?
I'm using the spring bar tool. I'm being very careful. Okay, I gotcha.
Well, there you go. That was
Alright.
simple.
Nice.
So that's the Uncle Seiko on the Samurai, right?
Right, the chocolate bar Uncle Seiko on the Samurai. On the turtle.
Okay, now put it on, Cap. See how it feels. Just make sure it's solid. It won't make sure it's connected correctly, otherwise it might flop off your wrist.
Yeah, before you wear it, you have to pull it to make sure it locks.
Okay. Yeah, feels right. Yeah. Ta-da! God, Poggy.
Nice.
What's the how does it feel? Is it a soft strap? Is it a hard strap?
At first, every rubber strap needs a break-in. As you wear it, it gets comfortable on your wrist.
Okay, so it basically flexes after a while. It gets softer. Fine.
Yeah.
So
like
the
it.
break-in for you.
So these again are made in the US.
Yeah,
Uncle Seiko?
USA, and the strap has a different vintage revival inspirations like the waffle, tire thread, chocolate bar, tropic straps. So all these straps are found on the vintage Seiko ones. You
So
see
this
on
one is a chocolate bar. You said
that's a chocolate bar.
type. Okay.
Yes.
Because it looks like a chocolate bar.
Right.
Oh.
Well, it's nicknamed chocolate bar. It's not what Seiko.
It's not the official name.
No, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know at least I know that even the sumo, the samurai,
Yeah,
these are
none
not
of them are
officially Seiko terms, right? I mean, these were
Correct.
done by or coined by the enthusiasts such as
Yeah.
yourselves. See,
Yeah,
I
it
do
was
know
one time.
something, Carl.
Yes, he does. He has progressed very
I have the best teachers in the world.
quickly. Okay, keep it strapped.
Do you want to try the Crafter Blue next?
Okay,
Okay, what's the difference
Yeah,
between the
yeah.
Crafter Blue and the Uncle Seiko?
it's for this. It's for this as well, right? It's for the samurai. Okay.
So the difference is the Uncle Seiko uses straight end universal size 22 mm,
Okay.
while the Crafter Blue is curved end. So it's fitted for the mold of the lugs of the Samurai.
Okay, which means that you won't have the space, correct?
It won't have that gap, and it won't fit any other watch on the Samurai.
Ah,
Each
okay.
each Crafter Blue is fitted for a specific watch. Like that CB09 that you have there will just fit the modern Samurai reissues. Won't fit the vintage ones.
Hey.
Looks nice on an orange. How do you like it? How do you like the fit again? Seiko.
Yeah, what's the
What?
difference?
Sorry?
The fit. What's the difference in the fit between the Grand Seiko? Between the Uncle Seiko and the
Crafter Blue.
what is it? Crafter Blue.
I think this is more snug. I mean, I'm talking about also the when I was trying to put in the strap because
Okay.
it fits. I don't know how you call that. Well, the strap is curved, so you really have to get it in there and snug
Okay.
onto the watch. But they're both okay. I mean, I like the color too.
So Leonard, how much are these straps anyway?
Well,
I mean, what's
model.
the SRP for them?
the SRP is 3,495 for the monocolors of the Samurai, and then we
That's
have
the strap. That's for the Crafter Blue.
That's for the crafted blue. And then we have the dual colors for 3,795. That's the SRP.
Okay, and then for the Uncle
For the
Seiko.
uncle?
Uncle Seiko's 2,500.
Do you find Cap? Do you find that the material for the crafter blue is different from the one from Seiko, from Grand Seiko, from Uncle Seiko?
Yeah, I think the crafter blue has it's a thicker thicker strap, and the width, or yeah, it's fatter. It feels fatter, and yeah, it has more substance to it, probably. The Uncle Seiko feels more comfortable because it gives more. It has more flex in the strap.
Interesting,
I
really.
don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the crafter looks very smart because it's really like snug into the, what do you call that? It fits snugly. It's not
Right.
like I said. It's curved, so I feel like it feels more snug and smart. Looks smart, if that makes sense. I guess the Uncle Seiko, I mean, at least this one would probably be more like relaxed casual wear or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a
Yeah.
vintage. I mean, it's a vintage. Basically, the Uncle Seiko is a vintage inspired. So you put them on apocalypses, turtles, so on. Whereas the crafter blue is a bit more of a modern take.
Yeah, modern take. And Crafter Blue was the first one who made curved end straps for Seiko, specifically for Seiko. And I think up to now, of course, there are other brands that came later on, but Crafter Blue was the first and original. Even Uncle Seiko was the first and original who revived all these vintage straps. And many Seiko lovers, when they first came out, they were happy about it.
Yeah. No, it's no joke when you have these watches that you really like and then they just end up cracking after, I mean, well, we have these things like the one that I sent Cap, that's 10 years old. The one that it didn't replace it, added to, was 25 years old, right?
Right.
This one is wow, 30 plus years old or something. So yeah, which you can find out in a moment. That's a cool thing about Seikos, is you can actually date them.
Yeah, and the parts are not that hard to source out.
Yeah,
Parts of the Seiko.
yeah, and they're really easy, and there's some great guys that handle this stuff all their own. So Cap, how do you feel? Was it something easy for you to do? Was it as hard as you thought it would be?
Actually, no. I thought it would be infinitely harder. Well, I still have to practice on without the holes. But
Yeah.
for the ones with the hole, I think I thought it would be a lot harder than it was. I'm just really very careful about scratching the lugs. So
Yeah.
I have to work on that. Yeah.
That's a legit thing. It's obviously much easier with the holes. It's just that some people,
Yes.
everyone has their own preference. So it's funny. When we have this car chat called Cars Casually, and we keep saying, buy what you love, but do your homework. And the same thing applies here. Do your homework. It's not a simple thing. And honestly, sometimes even the people in the shops don't exactly know, do you need a thick spring bar? Do you need a thin spring bar? And just sometimes I buy extra spring bars just so I have a bunch around. And the prices for spring bars can vary widely depending on who you're buying from and if they're trying to be usurious or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, but having a bunch of them around, I've always got a couple around somewhere. Lets you play around or keep the straps on. There's one. Let me show you another strap. That's a different answer to this type of a thing.
Is it easy to get spring bars online? I mean, the right kind of spring bars.
Yeah, you just have to do your research on how thick you want it. Usually the size comes in 18 mm up to 24 mm, but all sizes.
Do you carry spring bars, Leonard? Do you carry them?
The spring bars? No, we don't. But we're gonna be carrying spring bars around December. We found a good brand of spring bars that
Great.
So,
See, here's another type of thing. This is a quick change. If you see that there, that's a quick change.
Is that a
strap.
Monaco?
Yeah, it's a Monaco. It's that.
Nice.
And this particular one has a quick change. You see there's a hole there. So to change this, all you got to do is push that in, pull it out. There, see?
What? You don't
So it's
even need a tool?
No, you don't. Because it's connected there. You see it?
Yeah.
It's got a little thing. And some, there's a lot of watches nowadays that have that because people want to change their strap a lot more. And it's not the watch aficionados necessarily that want to change it. It's watches are, new buyers aren't as geeky into these things as we are, but they want to change straps and they don't want to have to go to a shop and change the strap all the time. So that's it's a little bit more costly when you put that in every strap that you sell. But I think Fossil does that. People like that. So it allows you to swap straps a lot.
I find it very, now that I've just done it, I find it very rewarding to be able to do that on your own.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you can do things like you can. Well, okay. See now, now the problem is you're gonna start bugging Leonard for straps. But you can like he has a new strap. Do you have the photo of? Have you got the new straps in, Leonard?
The RSM.
Yeah. Do you have them? Not yet.
Yeah. Wait. Let me just get it.
'Cause those look
No.
really. It's a jacquard weave. I think it's a jacquard weave strap. Looks really, really nice. Okay, if you look at the orange NATO there, that's a very rough type looking strap. If you look at the tan looking one that Leonard sent you, that's a much more sedate looking strap. It's kind of a nice different. It's kind of a green gray khaki combination.
It looks like it's gonna be perfect for one of those Hamilton khakis.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah. But then his new one, which I keep messing the name up, RSM?
Yeah,
RSM.
RSM.
It looks like it's got a really nice weave on it. It looks elegant.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it a jacquard weave or not? Do you know?
Not really sure, but RSM explained it to me that it's the other one, the herringbone twill is nylon. But this is like a fabric type.
Okay. What's it on? Can you show it to the screen? Can you show it up on the screen? Oh, nice.
Good.
That's
So
nice.
it goes well with the khaki color.
It kind of looks like the strap that the Black Bays come with.
Right.
Jac-
Actually, it was inspired by the lock mechanism of the Black Bay bronze, or the ones you see in the Black Bay bronze, and the default of even the Black Bay 58. I think they have the version.
Yeah, there's something similar.
with this.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't lock like a regular NATO strap.
Okay. How's it different?
So you have to adjust it here. On the NATO, you can't adjust it on the buckle, right? You
Yeah.
have to stop on and just adjust it on the hole. So for the RSM, you can adjust it by you see this buckle right here. So it has an adjustment feature. So if you want it loose,
Okay. So you're adjusting it on the buckle side.
right on the buckle side, and then depending on which side of your wrist you want to show the buckle. So you have to adjust it here.
Okay. Does it have what's the mechanism? Does it have like holes or none?
Holes
For a buckle. It doesn't have a prong, right? It doesn't have does it have this to fit into holes or not?
Yeah, it has.
It does. How many does it have, a lot of holes or just one? Okay, got it. So what's the point of having that? Okay, so that basically there's only one length and you adjust it that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
got it.
you have an excess in the end part, right? Let me show you. I'll wear it. You have excess on the end that you have to fold it on the
Right. Because it's a name. Okay, got it. Yeah, if you see when I would wear that orange strap of mine that's there with you cap, the question is, do you flip it inside the watch? Do you roll it around? Try it and you'll see what I mean. You got to decide. It might be long, so sometimes people just fold it back in to there.
One, you don't need to do that because depending on the adjustment that you have on the buckle,
Okay.
you don't have that excess.
Okay, got it. Okay, because what I would do is I would fold it back.
The problem with this one, you have to adjust it so that it would fit to the second one. So you have to
Okay.
adjust it again on the buckle.
Okay,
That's
got
the
it.
difference between this and the NATO strap. So this is our new brand. We just carried them literally 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you started. I mean, I actually haven't seen them yet. So
I talked to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I should send you some samples so you can.
yeah.
See.
I want to check. I like that really. That herringbone twill looked really, really nice.
The
Be a
thing
great-
with the straps that we carry is that we really talk to the owner, the brand, and it's very important that you build a relationship with them. See how they work with you and how they started.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Each has their own stories, and we only choose a quality straps that we bring in. I think that's the most important because you're gonna have a watch. You should put a nice some strap that you're comfortable with the quality and the build. So once we believe in this brand, we most likely we're gonna carry them. Like this RSM strap. Actually, I saw this on Instagram less than a month ago, and immediately I sent them a message.
And where's this from? Which country? This
Singapore.
RSM brand?
Singapore.
Okay.
He has a very interesting story behind. It's a very long chat between me and him. Talked about family, how we got started. So most of our brands that we carry, they become more, not not just a business transaction, but sometimes we just chat about family, about it's more like we build a connection to them, more of a personal
But
relationship.
but before he spoke with you, Leonard, did he have an idea of how the watch scene here in the Philippines is? Does he have pretty much an accurate idea of the how crazy we are about watches?
Yeah, actually, he has customers in the Philippines. The main problem that ordering online is the delay of the shipment. But he knows in the Philippines there are many watch enthusiasts here. He has friends here actually. He's
Oh,
based in
cool.
Singapore, but he had customers that became his friends. He knows his stuff.
That's
Yeah.
good to know that we Filipinos have earned our reputation.
Oh, we have. We have. So we have finished up doing these straps. We have taught, well, I haven't taught. Leonard has taught Cap how to put a strap onto a couple of his watches. He's done a really good job. It was my fault. I did not communicate well that we had certain watches. So the key point is you got to know your watch. You got to measure correctly so that you know what you're buying. Because if you're buying in the Philippines from Leonard, he would sort you out. But if you were buying from someone abroad, and you got the wrong strap, you'd have a problem. We have sorted it out. Cap has found it far more easy to do than he thought, and far more fulfilling, which is fun to do stuff to your own watch. He's a relatively new watch enthusiast. He's already gone head over heels into the hobby, and he's already changed his first 2 straps. So congratulations. So we would like to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will do more of these. I think we don't know what we're going to call this yet. My thoughts were educating Cap, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, educating Cap. So thank you very much. This has been Leonard of Horology Matters. This has been Cap of various things. This has been Carl, me. Thank you very, very much. Join us again when we do something even more fun, and maybe tattoo a brand on Cap's head when he works on watches. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.